Hi everyone. We're gonna start nice and early. I know not anyone has joined us yet, but we're gonna start since we decided not to do music today because they actually took our last live feed off because of the music that we used. So with that said, um, to start off, Boris, I think we should go over a list of accomplishments from our president. Because a lot of people don't watch and don't get to see and hear about what he has done while all this has been going on. And you would think normally not a lot of people can actually work under this kind of pressure and so many things against them.
As a
So,
president.
as a president or as anybody. You can't go to work with everybody fighting against you, but still do your job properly. With that, our president achieved a lot of things that a lot of people don't realize, and that's why we support him. Not because he's Donald Trump, and not because we like him as a person or whatever. What I say to everybody I talk to is, we don't love him because he's Donald Trump. I may like him because of that. You may like him because of that, but not everybody does. So with that said, because we did choose him as the leader of our country, let's go over his accomplishments while all this insanity is going on. Almost 4 million jobs created since election. Unreal. More Americans are now employed than ever recorded before in history. We have created more than 400,000 manufacturing jobs since election. Manufacturing jobs are growing at a fast rate in more than 3 decades. 30 years, guys. Economic growth last quarter hit 4.2%. New employment claims recently hit 49-year low. Median household has hit highest level ever recorded. Hispanic American unemployment is at its lowest rate ever recorded. Asian American unemployment recently achieved the lowest rate ever recorded. Women's unemployment recently reached the lowest rate in 65 years. Youth unemployment has recently hit the lowest rate in nearly half a century. Lowest unemployment rate ever recorded for Americans without high school diploma. Under President Trump's administration, veterans' unemployment recently reached the lowest rate in nearly 20 years. Almost 3.9% million Americans have been lifted off food stamps since elections. Now, guys, we're not even halfway through. And how about that?
Well, just look at stock market today. You know,
Friday it hit all-time low.
right? Just the thing that literally happened today, tomorrow, and what did we predict? We predicted by Christmas and New Year's.
It's going to hit even higher.
Let's see, and this is definitely thanks to our president, our new administration now.
The pledge to America's workers has resulted in employees committing to train more than 4 million Americans. We are committed to vocational education. When did you ever hear a president talk about that? I mean, seriously, guys. Retail sales surged last month, up 6% over the last year alone. Signed the biggest package of tax cuts and reforms in history after tax cuts over $300 billion poured back into the U.S. from the first quarter alone. Guys, this is the president that's being attacked every single day, and I'm still not even halfway through the accomplishments. As a result of our tax bill, small businesses, that's us, babe. Small businesses will have the lowest top marginal tax rate in more than 80 years. Anybody and everybody who owns a small business can at least appreciate that. I don't care if you hate the man. Helped win U.S. bid for 2028 Summer Olympics in Los Angeles. I didn't even know that. And as I'm reading this off, you know what surprises me? All this, and we said only quarter of the way through we got. I never heard some of this stuff. The news is not telling us any of this. We don't hear and need and know and see any of the accomplishments.
No, these are facts.
Because these are facts and their accomplishments, because all we talk about is the same nonsense over and over, repeatedly, to the point where you say you want to turn the TV off because you're sick and tired of hearing the same thing.
Same thing by
Don't you
different
wish? Don't you wish we would hear some of this?
Well, yeah, of course. But again, just a few days ago, he signed a bill with healthcare. Isn't that amazing? Isn't this one of the things that he said before he even went
Just
into
like
office?
on the list of this thing.
Just like that, he keeps doing whatever he promised, with all this, I would say, pressure. I would say everything against him. He still has time to focus on getting things done. That's amazing. Just shows what kind of president we have.
And his leadership is
Well,
amazing.
yeah.
And that's one thing I say, no matter what, no matter whether you like him or not. You can love him or leave him, but there's a lot of things you can take away from this man. There's a lot of life strategies, life lessons that you can actually talk to your kids and tell them to actually watch the way he does and performs. Because it's insane. A man in his 70s to fulfill the kind of position he's filling without having any experience in the political arena, doing what he does and achieving what he's achieving in such a short time with all the forces working against him. How many people do we know that can do anything like this?
Well, we don't. That's why he's going to be probably one of the best presidents.
I think he already is, no?
I think he is, but you know, just a thought, and this is just a food. No, it's not even food for thought. But can you imagine, guys, whatever he's doing and he did with all negative against him? Can you imagine if all our government, Republican and Democrat, our government would support him? They may not agree, but they wouldn't at least be against him and
I
give him
agree.
some kind of support. Can you imagine what shape our country would be now?
How much we could get accomplished
Exactly.
if that's what he accomplishes under this kind of pressure. Can you imagine what he can do without pressure?
And with help of both parties, if they're all saying that they're for American people?
Now, guys, and my question for you is, you're right, how much he can achieve with the government working with him. But then let's think of this. How much more could he achieve if we, the American people, not only say we like him, not only go to his rallies and wave our flags, but actually contribute in one way or another to helping him, even if it's just supporting him by putting a letter out there, talking to your friends and telling them about these achievements that other people don't see in the news.
What I think what you said is perfect, but especially now, because our government does not help our president, but we see what he's doing right, we are the people, the ones that should help him. This is
the time. This is
it's
our...
not even, this is our priority. We owe it to our country.
Absolutely.
We owe it to ourselves.
Absolutely.
Just like, you said, we actually, everything that, just like you said today, everything you buy, you buy
a cup of coffee.
You buy a cup, it's taxed. The money that we spend goes to the government, and they're supposed to spend it to make our country better.
Guys.
And instead, let me just explain.
Yeah.
And instead,
Plain and
these
simple.
money go against American people just to impeach our president.
So what I said
The one
today
that's
is,
working for us.
The
only person that's working for us, right?
Yeah, what I'm going to say is exactly what Boris is talking about. We had a conversation today, and just something dawned on me, and I wanted to repeat it here again. We do realize every tax dollar that is being paid, a lot of people talk about our tax dollars, government spending our tax dollars, and then we talk about government funding. And that's what a lot of people don't understand. Government funds things,
Well,
whatever.
government
But
funds.
government funds are actually our tax dollars.
Well, with the money that we spend, government gives it back if you want to open a new business or some kind of company that will give back and make our country better. So government's supposed to fund it.
Yeah, just like we pay these people that are right now suing our president,
So we
working
fund them.
against our president,
We fund them.
and we the people, our tax dollars are actually funding that. So that's something also we're going to look into and talk to you guys about. What are your opinions on how this is going, and how do you feel
Well,
about that? How do you
well-
feel that how your money is being used?
It's not only how you feel, because obviously if you guys took the time and you're on this live feed, so we all share the same
Our opinions.
Our opinions. Our goal is to spread this message out to the people that don't know and do love our country and do want to live the American dream.
Yeah.
Just like it could be co-workers, it could be even relatives, friends, neighbors,
Kids.
everybody. Guys, we should educate and literally tell facts. I always say, and I'll say it again, holiday season's coming, we're all going to be with family, with friends, and they say no religion or politics at the table. Not anymore. I
Now?
think that's one of the first things. First things should be
I'm
discussed.
going to bring something up, and I'm not going to.
I'm not saying we should fight or we should make any,
But I want you to talk about
confrontation with our friends or
exactly.
relatives.
I want you to talk
but
about
give
what happened
facts.
yesterday, because this is right on the money. This is right exactly what you constantly tell people. You spoke to one of our friends yesterday, and
Well, we
she
were
said,
all,
"Well,
yeah,
yeah,"
we were
and
having
she
dinner
said to you,
after
"Well,
the
I don't
football
know
game.
what happened." Because this is exactly what we ask you to do all the time. And we took the initiative of doing that with a friend of ours that actually doesn't even know what party she belongs to. Or
Well, she
doesn't even-
doesn't. She's concerned with paying her bills, her taxes,
Her business.
Now her daughter's 21st birthday. She's
their
concerned,
business.
but she doesn't know that things are actually going on behind her back. That it's going to be a lot harder in the future if she wouldn't take any part of it now. But to your point, what she didn't know, she works for a company, retail, so she was watching CNN just because there was a shooting that day in
in the high
California.
school, California high school.
And after that, on CNN came on about the Ivanovich lady that she
Yeah.
was testifying, and how dare our president fired such a great glorified woman, and he intimidated her.
Such a professional woman.
Yeah. Well, now if she doesn't know any better, and she would listen to CNN, which to her probably she listens to it every day. And
Because
this
of
is
her
the
work.
information she's being fed. Again, after talking with her for a few minutes and asking her actually a few facts, I'm not saying we changed
Changed
her
her
mind
mind,
right
but at
away.
least we opened her eyes.
Exactly. And ask her, listen, try to listen to other news sources.
She was very shocked by it. She was
Yeah.
very shocked by it because, again, just like we tell you every week, people don't talk about it. People don't know about it. And in order for us to help our president, we need to bring this awareness to the people that don't and aren't exposed to this information. So I'm going to go on with the list of accomplishments.
Well, there's a lot.
As a result of-
What I would do, Diane, I mean, you can go on and on.
Okay.
There's a lot of things that we need to touch on. Why don't we just give an address of our website?
I'll actually put the link in the slide feed.
Okay.
For that, and you guys can read it. If you
There's a lot
don't
of-
know about it now, you're going to be shocked and amazed. And I urge every single one of you, save this page, the link to this page, and every person that tells you how they don't like our president, please tell them that's fine. That's your opinion, and I'm not here to change your mind or convert you in any other way. But I do want to give you and leave you with a list of the accomplishments made by this president. And then you come back to me and give me a name of a president that did even half as much.
And-
So that's one way of fighting this
Right.
without fighting. I would recommend even worse.
I would
to take a
recommend-
list like this to their Thanksgiving dinner.
Well, yes, but I would recommend and encourage so they actually look at both sides, both news. I mean, all the news,
News
and
sources.
make up their
And
own
actually,
mind.
we have
because
that.
If they're only watching one thing, this is exactly what they brainwash. If they look at our website and think, you know what, doesn't make sense, compare, ask people. You know, get your own facts instead of listening to fake news, fake media. So the address of the website, there's actually a lot of news. We constantly keep it updated, new information.
I'm gonna post it right on the feed right now.
But you can tell now also. You can give an address.
The address of the website is www.americansuniteforamerica.com, just like the name on our page, and in our group. But I am going to actually put the link of the article there, so you have it handy and you don't have to look for it. If you lose it by any chance, give me a holler, give Boris a holler, and we will share it with you. But
Or go back on this live feed.
Yeah.
If it's gonna stay, right?
exactly.
So
Well, with that said, let's go over what we have. So many things we wanted to talk to you about. We were on last week when the hearing just ended, and one of the things that we're very proud of, we have bracelets for sales. Our
Just to
bracelets,
support
Build the
our
Wall,
president, right.
Trump 2020. That's also on our site, so feel free to buy a bracelet to support our group and our cause, because we are fighting for our president. We believe he's the best thing that ever happened to us and our country, and we support him 100%. With that said, Boris, you know what really, really upset me more than anything nowadays? Everybody, including our friends actually, from our friends to the news media to everybody's complaining about the Donald Trump's Twitter account. And you mentioned something about Kamala Harris last week. To that, I would like to say, if he wouldn't have this Twitter account, knowing what we know today, would we even know a quarter of it?
I don't think the American people would with the fake news, fake media. He actually is the first president ever that found a new source of communication. Just like he found, because social media, he can spread his word out and making it safe from his own, not being censored or not being said by somebody else. You can actually listen to his thoughts. He reacts. And you know what? You know what I love about it? I don't know, love, or how can I say it? Everybody
Everybody that criticized him
are now doing the same thing. You know, this is why, again, I love our president. He finds the new ways of how get things done. He gets criticized, and everybody uses his tactics.
Absolutely. And again, that's what I love about him too, because this is something that literally it's never been used, and nobody even thought about using it.
And you know, I'm sorry, I'm going to
Go ahead.
interrupt.
I'm actually putting up the link to the page with his accomplishments now.
I would concentrate first on this and do that
Okay.
later if you don't mind.
Oh wow, all of you remember. I already
Right,
did.
right. So, I lost my train
You
of
made a
thought.
list for
But
yourself.
no. You just mentioned
This is-
Kamala Harris.
This is no more Biden moments.
Right. Kamala Harris
Yeah.
said she called for Twitter to close his account. Why?
Where's the freedom?
Because
of
it
that?
works. Because it works. Because he spreads his message. So obviously he's a
Well,
loyal
obviously,
Democrat.
you're right. If it wouldn't work, she wouldn't care.
Exactly. You know what I mean? That's just ridiculous. I mean, I don't know, Diane, you have a list of things, but I know what I heard last night from, again, our Speaker of the House, how she called the man in the office is a charlatan. And Schiff said he's a hooligan, right?
Hooligan.
Charlatan, imposter in the office. Just think, let me just say, by saying this, what are they doing? They're not uniting. They're
bringing
dividing.
hate and divide.
They're dividing
into
the
the
whole
country.
country.
And I think that's their purpose, Boris.
Well,
Besides for hurting
but
him
why?
or whatever.
Why is this purpose? It didn't just
I
come
know
up
why
because,
this purpose.
Okay.
They
Let's
called
get to
this.
the root
Yeah.
of
They
the problem.
called they called for this resistance from the moment he was elected.
Right.
And let's begin with the actual people that did that. Maxine Waters said, no way,
Conditions. Or
no
anything.
conditions, no nothing.
Follow them everywhere.
Yeah, we will not sleep until he's out of office.
Impeach,
We
right.
will impeach him. Impeach was used from the day he was elected.
Well, first it was Russian hoax, then it was
That's all reasons.
right. That's all reason.
they
But
tried to come
finally
up
they
with.
came to
Schumer, Al Green. I mean,
Al
every
Green,
single
oh my God.
one of them.
that's another guy that needs to take a bath.
Really,
I mean, his hair looks real greasy, you know.
his beard and everything.
Whatever,
looks real
that's
good.
not-
Okay, let's not. Yeah, let's not badmouth anyone. I would like to say stoop down to their level. But with that said, why do they want to see him out of office? And we have a lot of speculations onto why, and I don't want to speculate, but I do want to say my opinion.
Please, that's what we're here for.
And I'm sure a lot of you probably have the same opinion. Now, our president is the first president that did not have any political experience in government, was not involved in government politics. Why do they want him out? Why? I assume, and that's just my opinion again, I assume it's because
It's not
he
opinion.
does not
He's
have
stepping on a
anything
lot
to
of toes.
lose.
Well, he's stepping
He
on a
is
lot of
opening
toes.
up a lot of things that happened in the government that people that never knew about.
Because he's not a politician. He's a businessman and he wants to make America great again. He wants America to profit. He wants people in America to live normal, good life.
So with that said, he promised us, the people, that if we elect him, he will make sure he's going to drain the swamp. He's going to make sure
Well,
that he
One of the
finds-
things, he'll actually, whatever he promised, he's going to deliver. And one
That's
of
not
the
what I
things, okay,
But one of the things that he wanted to drain the swamp from, because as a businessman, he could tell how much money America could bring in as a country to America instead of us sponsoring countries for no apparent reasons. Now we are starting to find out the reasons. Because a lot of people in government and a lot of their kids were put into positions to actually make money.
yes.
Not make money for a country.
Pay for play, right? Is that what it's called?
Pay for play. That's part of the swamp strategy. So we'll go there, we'll make a few speeches, and we'll make a few deals. We'll promise people something, promise other countries something, and then
Well,
we'll actually take our tax dollars, our people's tax dollars, and use it to buy the ability for us to be involved in other countries, to make money from them to the families of our politicians. With that said,
well, once money leaves our country and goes to another country, you have no idea where it's going to end up. Basically, that's how I guess it works.
with that said,
That's how it was.
my question is, Devin Archer and Hunter Biden
Mhm.
are buddies.
Yes.
Devin Archer was on the board of Barista a few days after Biden was there. Literally 2 days later, after coming to a meeting in the White House with Hunter Biden and Joe Biden, when he was vice president, all of a sudden, Hunter is employed on the board of Barista without living there, without knowing the language, without having any kind of skills in the energy and the natural gas business or Ukraine. Please, you know more about Russia than me. How is that possible?
Easy. Very easy. His father was a vice president.
So,
But
When-
that's how things are done in Russia, by the way. In Ukraine.
so a $50,000 a month salary for Burisma going to Biden. if you really
His son,
think about
his
it,
son, salary.
to Hunter, if you really think about it, isn't that America's money? I mean, that's a question. I don't know. Let's
Diane,
speculate.
you don't
Let's
have a-
not speculate. Let's
Well-
wonder.
Well,
I
maybe it's
wonder.
not American. Maybe it's Ukrainian
Now the
money.
mo-
But how
Okay.
did Ukraine got so much help from America? That's the question we should ask.
Okay.
There was billions of dollars spent on Obama.
I'll tell you how.
Obama.
Because Biden, in
Oh,
an
you're not
interview,
letting me
actually
speak?
admitted,
Why don't I just listen? If you ask
actually
me
admitted that he pushed for natural gas company production in Ukraine with offering them U.S. tax dollars. Going back to tax dollars. U.S. tax dollars, guys, that's our money.
well,
Your
I
money,
disagree a little bit.
Well-
he did not. Well, this is the way. But you're right. The bottom, but the way it was done because Obama administration, once they took office in 2014, they actually all of a sudden they wanted to help Ukraine. So they reached out like a new president, just like what our president did, basically. First, as there was a new president in Ukraine, Zelensky, he needed to talk to him. He needed to establish a relationship, which now he's being prosecuted and impeached on, right? When Obama came to the office, supposedly he reached out to help Ukraine. I don't know why he wanted to help Ukraine.
Well, now we
the
know
most,
why.
The most corrupted
Country in the world.
well, not
One
the
of them.
most, but one of them. And they wanted to help them with their government, with their finance, to educate them because they were very corrupt, fix the corruption. They wanted to help them with their weapons, with their finances. So, donating billions of dollars, plus they sent people from their cabinet to educate and work in Ukraine. So they actually spend an enormous amount of money and were paying people. So what did American people get back? Except for Hunter Biden being on the board of Barista. Correct?
Yeah, earning money
I mean,
without being
I'm
there,
kind of,
without
you know,
knowing the
joking,
language,
there's
without
no,
having
but
any experience
just
in the
think about
energy
that.
business, without anything. He was just making money. That's just one small part of it because he also had positions or deals with China,
Romania.
Romania,
Romania, I'm sorry.
Romania. I mean, guys, there's no end to this. So
Well-
now that makes sense to me. Now that makes sense to me. But one thing that does not make sense to me, how is the leader of a country, I don't care who he is, at this point it's Donald Trump, but whoever he would be, what kind of leadership, what kind of leader would he be if he was not concerned what was going on and why we were given aid or why we were holding back aid before by our vice president that is running for office now.
So basically, you're talking about that he was talking to the president of,
Of
Ukraine.
Ukraine.
What does he know about the controversial or wrong dealings with our ex-vice president?
Yeah.
Well, my thoughts, if he would not ask that, I would probably want to impeach him.
Yeah. I think
Because
that's his job.
He wants to get to the bottom of this, what was wrong, and Joe Biden actually running to be a president. Can you imagine if the corrupt
If it
guy,
once
did
he was
it
vice
once,
president,
what
if
kind
he
of
was doing
corruption,
it then, what he's able to do when he's president.
Right. I think that's a great question, and he's doing the right thing by just, okay, what if he loses? Who's going to be the president of America?
Whoever's the right person for the job. Worse.
So, I mean, in my thoughts, if he would not do his job as he did, I would want him to be impeached.
Right.
But because he did his job, and they're afraid of him, they're literally grasping straws right now.
And now Kerry's involved, the $90,000 with LM Strategies, where it was.
I think the most.
it's
This is
crazy.
what happened, but where we're here right now, the biggest problem that we need. What do we need to do? The impeachment thing. They now. First
Impeachment
it was.
is our
now
priority
it's
right
bribery. With
bribery,
impeachment.
whatever.
Every day
the
they're coming
point
out with
is,
something new.
it's gotten to such a ridiculous state of affairs that right now we're saying third
person
a person
that heard from somebody that heard somebody that wasn't even there.
I don't even know what to call it.
I heard from somebody that wasn't there.
Exactly. A person that heard it from somebody that heard it from somebody that heard it from somebody heard that somebody.
Right.
This is now what we
Well-
say in court. This is now something that we actually hold people liable for.
You know
This
what?
is something
I'm sorry, I'm going to interrupt, but I can't even call it a court. How can you call it a court? I mean, this is a hearing. But I've never seen if you get somebody to testify and actually the person that's asking questions, not asking questions, tells him for 20 minutes how it is, and then the guy says
Exactly,
yes or no,
exactly.
or I wasn't there.
And even
They're
with
feeding
that, they
the-
can't
they're
even get a
feeding
straight
you-
answer from
they-
anyone.
They don't only
They
feed.
don't
The
get
way
it.
it's done, they don't feed. They feed information to the public, what they want public to hear, and they're brainwashing.
Right. Now
They're
let's
brainwashing you.
let's talk about getting back to this point. Why do they want to impeach him? Because of what we just discussed. Because with that said, right now, all of these people, even a lot of the conservatives, have their hands in the cookie jars. And they're going to be actually found now to have something to do with somebody.
Well, wait until the Barr and Horowitz report will come out.
That's
I
going to be
think
the
that's
beginning
gonna
of
be-
December. I think December 11th.
Yeah, but
Our
what can we
sources
do
tell us.
now? What do you think? What can we do to support our president?
We're actually working on a few things that we're doing to support our president, but right
Meanwhile.
now, till our next news feed, live feed, what we would like to ask people to do, because I mean, even at the trials or the hearings, whatever they call them today, Rep. Collins was prevented from speaking and asking questions. Why? A simple answer: she's on our side. That's why. So, with that said, the most important thing that we can do, Boris, which I think, is educate every person around us in what's going on. Like we always talk about, there's so many people right now that don't have access to Fox, don't have access to other stations that are actually unbiased news, and don't know information, even the list of achievements we just spoke about. Talk to them. Don't fight. Don't argue.
Again, you mean friends, relatives,
Everybody,
co-workers,
co-workers,
even
everybody.
by sharing
Your kids.
our live feed with your friends on Facebook.
People need to know the unbelievable amount of support the left is getting is only because a lot of people are not educated in this. A lot of people are miscommunicating this information.
Well,
a lot of
let me
people
interrupt.
are.
Let me interrupt and tell you why are they winning? Because they have no Democrats. Because they have no way to go back. If they're gonna stop pushing for impeachment and try to shut his mouth, he's gonna actually open a lot of can of worms. And they're afraid. They're grasping
Of course.
straws. And that's why they buy the media, most of the media, and that's why they brainwash people. And most of the people that don't take actions, whatever they listen on the news, CNN, everything, that's what they go with. Right?
Yeah, and I want to say,
Why?
guys,
They're working against him. That's what we should do.
Our-
We have to strongly work for him,
exactly.
if that's what we believe.
If you consider yourself a true patriot of this country, this is not between us, the conservatives, and the Democrats. This is not about which president we're going to have. This is about us keeping America, the America we know it to be, not a socialist country, having the freedom that our veterans, our soldiers fought for. At the same time, I do have to say, we have programs that we've built in order for you to have the ability to help with all these missions. Please inquire about them. But one most important thing I want to say, and I will praise them for this, as I always say, we as conservatives need to take an example from the Democrats, because no matter what, they stand behind each other. They
Support each other,
support each other at all costs. Here, we the conservatives, we only sit back we complain on our keyboards.
Well,
We
most of
expect
us.
somebody.
Most of us.
We expect somebody to do everything for us. And at the same time, not only that, we even complain about the surroundings. Let's say you're on our newsfeed and you don't like a post that somebody put up. Just because you don't feel that it's appropriate, you bitch and complain and then you leave the group. What are you doing? You're abandoning your people. You're abandoning your group. Instead of confronting that person and saying, listen, I may disagree with you, but I'm here to fight the same fight. I am an American who cares about my family and my business and my livelihood, my freedoms. I will be the first one to tell you, I think you're wrong about this or that. Have a civil debate. And you have an opportunity to meet people that you would never meet before in your life. Talk to them. Not everybody is the same as you. Not everybody thinks the same as you. But everybody in our group has the same mission as you. And this is why we're here. Never, ever forget what our group is about. We are the modern immigration assimilation movement. I mean, that's why I said that, because one of our group leaders, amazing guy Dan, actually brought that up to us, and we never even realized it.
Well,
we have every religion, every color, race,
and so many
belief,
people that actually
group in our group, within our group.
Actually, so many people that immigrated to this country legally 10, 20, 30, 40 years ago.
Legal immigrants that love immigration, but they want it legally.
And they legally live here, and they contribute, and they bring something good to this country.
And they don't want illegal immigration.
That's how this country
That's how it was
to be
founded,
so beautiful.
yes.
That's how we came here. Because it was great. It was built on great minds that came here from all over the world.
So
and we don't want to stop that.
Exactly. We encourage immigration. But if you come to this country to assimilate and actually become a part of the American dream, get the opportunity to live and prosper in the American dream and get to raise your kids here, how can you want to bring the country that you fled from into this country? Then you might as well have stayed there and lived that life the way that country lives its life. Why did you come here? And this is not, I'm literally just asking. That's just my opinion. If you love the way your country is, don't leave, just stay there and enjoy it. Nothing against the legal.
And work there to make your country better.
Exactly. And
But you have to go somewhere else and try to change it.
Exactly.
I agree.
So, patriots, we're patriots of America. Let's fight for this country. This is the best country in the world, the greatest country in the world. And again, I'm going to say, you may not like Donald Trump. You may love Donald Trump. Or you may be indifferent to him. But the kind of success he has brought to our country that we haven't seen ever before, you cannot fight that. You cannot disagree.
Let me just say, I don't want to brainwash anybody. What Diana's saying, I know she believes in it, and I believe it 100%. But what we ask you guys, go out and get facts, just to know what goes on in your country, so you can kind of put on a scale what does one party from the other party.
And again, I encourage you to read the accomplishments on our website. Read the accomplishments. You will be floored, again, even if you know a lot of them.
Right. And again, just keep in mind how much more he would accomplish if the whole government would work together.
And we, all us patriots, we the people, if we stop talking, start supporting him.
Well, now this is what we have to do, because obviously half of our government doesn't.
And if you're interested in supporting him and helping us support him, because this is what we do day and night, and our leadership team, which without our leadership team, we wouldn't get not even 1/10 accomplished.
Of course. That's all by uniting.
And
unite people.
That's exactly what we do. So find out about the
And
leadership team.
We grow.
We're growing right now. We're
58
people strong. 58 leaders.
Yeah.
And we're in 35 states right now.
Right.
So, did the math today. So, we're looking to be in all 50 states and at least 1 to 5 leaders in every state at least.
And
the
the
bigger
most thing,
states.
what I
more.
love, every leader that comes aboard, they have a new idea. Then they listen, they see how much we got along, and they kind of run with it. Because, oh, you guys, I didn't realize you did that, but we can add to this, and this one's great.
Their ideas
We
are
encourage
amazing.
this. Every new
I think they
person.
get excited because when they think of these ideas on their own, they're like, okay, this is too big for me to do.
Could be.
Here they come into
be.
a program
Could
where
be.
all these people are ready to help him in one
And
way or
help each
another,
other.
and we work together.
Right.
Me and Boris are not the leaders of our leaders. We're actually part of their team. They're part of ours. We work like a, I like to call it, fine oiled machine.
Okay.
So with that
We're
said,
getting
guys,
there. We're getting there.
Yeah.
We're getting more oil.
although I
every
have
day,
to bring
right?
up the fact that we had an amazing
Well,
leader join our
right.
team today, and I hope if you're listening, I'm not going to mention your name, I'm not going to call anybody out. You left the leadership group because you didn't agree with one of the people that we had in the
It
group.
was yesterday, last night.
Yes. Like I said, we're not the same people. We're not all the same people. We have different backgrounds, different ideas, different nationalities, different colors, races, whatever. We live in different parts of the world. The beauty of this is you do not have to see things the way people see things. You need to sometimes even agree to disagree. Sometimes have a civil debate. And sometimes just stop and learn.
But everyone is very important to us. I'll make sure that we will reach out and talk and just get to the bottom of this. What happened? I'm not
Well, you know
saying
what?
who's right, who's wrong, but
It's not
everyone
it's not
is very
daycare, it's
important.
not kindergarten.
Diane, right? I understand, but I'm saying every one of you guys is very important
Yes.
to us because everyone can bring so much to the cause and help one another. So we don't want to lose anybody, but then we don't want to disrespect anybody.
And just think of this, Boris.
That's why actually
You know-
Diane brought this
Do
up.
you know why this bothers me so much?
I know.
Because by doing this,
I know why. But you can tell our
by doing this,
patriots.
we actually literally fall right into the hands of the left. That's exactly what they want us to do.
That's right.
Look, Bernie Sanders, the Jew, we're Jewish, so we can say that. I don't know if it's politically correct now, is actually being supported by his enemies. Yes.
Yes, but
Yes.
I thought
Ilhan Omar,
well,
AOC,
Yeah.
Rashida
squad.
Tlaib,
But I
the
just
squad,
what we
they
saw
hate
today.
Jews.
Wait, you're right. But what we saw today, how corrupt they are, they'll do anything.
Anything.
He actually, because AOC has a big following. He actually went on her side. She supports him, so she actually bringing him a lot of crowds or people, votes in the future. So he actually today he was live on TV. He said,
Announced.
"If I'm gonna be a president, she's gonna
She
be
will-
taking a big
Part in our office. Imagine, she might
In
just
my
be
office.
our vice president. Look at that, guys.
And he's proud to say it. Why? I'm sure he knows what kind of person, how
Because Bernie is crooked
What-
just like the rest
he'll
of
do
them.
anything. He will
Yes.
do anything. Look,
This is a
another
person
thing.
that's saying, let's tax all millionaires being a millionaire. Figure that
How
out.
about Bloomberg, Governor Bloomberg?
Don't even
they-
get me
well,
started.
This is the
Another
he
hypocrite.
he was
Of him, I'm surprised.
well. He's what he did. He actually came up with a system. It's called stop and frisk. I think it's called when
In New York, he really
he
cleaned
kind
up
of
New
cleaned
York
up New
a
York.
lot.
But with that, he actually, I mean, it wasn't in every. I mean, this kind of thing that he came up with, and I don't know, it worked. And but now he needs votes, everybody's vote. He actually went on live television news
And
he apologized.
We have another apology tour.
I'm sorry, I was wrong. I was wrong.
I may have,
I was wrong because so to me it sounds like I'm sorry. I was racist then, but now I'm
I
not
decided
racist.
I'm not racist
because I
wanna
said
run
those
the
people
country.
are bad, but now they're good. And this is like
Guys, the hypocrisy.
exactly
The
why
hypocrisy on every word
what
that's
happened?
pronounced from the left is beyond. What happened? Nobody knows
and
what
these
happened.
these are grown, educated people, but they're making fools out of us.
With our tax dollars that we pay them to be in office.
Okay,
We're paying them to
I'm
do
gonna
this to us,
explode.
guys.
I'm gonna explode.
Don't
I'm done.
Wow,
I'm done,
guys. The reason we do this and the reason we put our blood, sweat, and tears into this is to bring you some information that you might have not gotten if you don't follow the news at the rate we do. We try to keep it on. I mean, between meetings, between appointments, and my day job, I listen to this. No matter what, no matter how, I try to talk to everybody. I never fight with anybody anymore. I do not fight about politics. I give facts. So, I'm going to ask you again. I put the news in the news feed for this. What our accomplishments of the White House are to date. Please use them as a fact sheet for everybody that you meet that doesn't have any facts on why this government has been good for our
People
country.
actually on our in our group, they like to go fact
check.
fact check. Everybody loves somebody put something fact check. Go on our website,
Yeah, let's
see what's
fact
there,
check
and
that.
fact check that. Do me a
That's
favor.
actually right from the
Because-
White House website.
Exactly, and we actually have very educated people that write news for a living for reputable companies. They're actually helping us with
Yeah.
that. They're actually donating their time.
Their time
We're
and
not,
effort.
Yeah, we're not capable. We don't do it, but we get our facts,
Information.
and you can fact check that. Do me a favor, please.
Yeah. So with that
We
said,
really
guys,
appreciate
one last thing I'm going to finish off with. We, the Conservative Party, are the responsible party. Let's stop being each other's competition. Don't think that you can compete with us. Because instead of competing with us, come to us and say, guys, you've grown so big, so strong. How can I do that? We will help you. We will not compete with you. We will help you. We need as much help as we can get. We literally this week found out there's a lot of people that are trying to imitate. Boris doesn't even know.
I don't
But I'm
know.
going to break it. I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to tell you. We have what they call him,
Troll?
not a troll, spy? Not a spy.
Whistleblower.
A whistleblower. No, we have somebody that thinks they can compete with the group, and you know what? We welcome them, open arms and everything.
Sure.
We come to find out that one of our leaders actually
We'll help them.
came and told us.
We'll help
Yeah.
them if they'll help us. That's how
You
it
know
goes.
who you are, and I'm talking to you right now. You should have came to me and said, Diane, I want to do what you're doing. And me and Boris, and you know us very well, would have been, please, let us help you. Grow your group. We'll help you grow your group. You can actually invite people from our group to yours. We will tell them to come to your groups. We need as many people as we can get, and we will help each other. But you chose to go behind our back. This is something that I preached. And I told you from day one when you joined us.
No. We're
Yes.
talking, okay.
Yes.
But
From
that's
day
the
one,
difference
I
between
said, I
Democrats-
don't believe that people should be backstabbing. And that's the biggest problem with our party, where you agreed with me. So, I'm not going to call you out here. You know who you are. Call me tomorrow. Or call me tonight. I will gladly take your call. How I know?
Well-
Don't ever think I don't know anything. One of our leaders, the ones that were working with you, told me. And I'm not going to tell you who. I'm sure you know who.
Well-
With that said, come to me. I don't want to make enemies. We're both fighting for the same cause. We're both fighting for our country. We need you aboard, and you need our help. We're ready to help you. We're not going to backstab you. So contact us. Let's get together and let's do this. This is about our country. It's not about you. It's not about us. It's not about whose thing is bigger.
I
This
love
is
it.
not competition.
You're right.
Let's work together.
And just like we always say, we lead by example. I actually, this is something new
You
that I
don't even
haven't
know,
heard
and I
today.
don't even think
But
I
you
want to
know
tell
what?
you because
You know what? But what you're saying, this is exactly what we say. We lead by,
by
example.
example. So, guys, we love you. We love you, and we'll be back
Thank you.
soon.
Yes.
And tomorrow,
We're gonna listen,
it starts
tomorrow is
again,
gonna
the
be-
circus.
This whole week is going to be
You
very
told me not to
interesting.
use the circus, but I can't not use the circus.
Well, we're gonna be listening and we're gonna keep you guys updated. We're probably gonna do a few live feeds
Yes.
just to share our thoughts if you guys
Yes.
interested. And please
And
send
we
us
have a
if you have
few-
any questions.
We have a few representatives running for Congress, and we will try to get them on board this week to do a live feed with us, invite them to our live feed. So we are going to be talking to them about this week, maybe even discuss the proceedings with them. So a lot of exciting things coming up. A lot of big things happened within our group. What we talk about is just what we can talk about and what Facebook allows us to talk about. We will keep you in the loop and come and visit us on our site, talk to us, and we'll tell you a lot more. So, with that said, we love you guys.
And
We love
I
you,
just
fellow
wanna-
patriots.
Yes, and I just want to finish again. When you meet with your friends, family over holidays, first thing.
Give them facts, don't
Yes,
fight.
Yes.
Unite.
We do talk, right now, we
and
do
do
talk
civil
about
debates.
religion and politics.
Your holidays
And
can
sport,
get
we
really
can talk about
interesting.
sport, right? They
Yeah.
can talk about sport.
Well, I don't know. We have a few people that you can't talk to sports about.
Yeah, no sport.
No.
Guys, good
So
night.
with that said, good night. Good night, everyone.